So this is an avocado tree that I got from Seamus. I planted it in March of 2014. It sailed through the summer last year. It had no problems whatsoever. I did cover it with frost cloth in the winter time. You can see it's doing a lot of new growth right now. It's just a very happy little tree. It is going to town over here. And one of the main things that I've learned to focus on with this thing is watching the moisture level in the soil and doing what I can to create a happy living soil. And Seamus really gave me a lot of information on this. He was great about just teaching me and giving me ideas and got me going on researching, figuring out what I'm doing with this. And this plastic mesh here is to keep the dogs out of my tree well because they like to come and dig in here. So as you can see, I've got a lot of coarse mulch. There is also some finer stuff that I throw in here in patches. I don't cover the entire tree well with too much of any one thing that might gunk it up and suffocate the roots. And this finer stuff, it's great for feeding the worms and stuff. Oop, there are worms right in there. Almost anywhere I touch in here, I'm going to find worms. These came from my worm bin, and when I throw the castings out here, I tend to throw a bunch of the worms in with it, and I'm sure there are eggs in the castings too, whatever. They're just having a grand old time out here. They do just fine out here, at least they did over the winter. We'll see how they do through the summer, but I'm kind of using the worms as a barometer of my soil health and how things are working out for the roots under this tree. Hi, worm. I don't want to go too far down here because I don't really want to mess with these worms too much. Poor little critters. But the farther down you go, the darker it is in the soil. And it's just doing what it does naturally with all composting and keeping the mulch on here. Like I said, I don't know where that came from. Belong in there. I do tend to wet it down pretty frequently. Again, that is really more for keeping the worms and the beneficial microbes that are in there healthy and well fed, and that is feeding the tree. As you can see, there is no problem on these leaves with any kind of salt burn. They're just very happy and healthy. The only time they get beat up is a little bit of, stuff from the windstorms or something like that, but otherwise, it is doing great.